New to Call of Duty and getting wrecked every match? Don't worry, we've all been there. Whether you're fresh off your first free-for-all, or you're just wondering why everybody keeps slide-canceling past you like it's a dance competition, don't worry, I've got you covered in this video. I'm Queen Diamond Dust, and these are the tips that I wish that somebody would have given me on day one. Look, I get it, okay? You're excited to play the game, so you just run straight into chaos. But do not do this. COD punishes impatience. Make sure that you walk when you're near corners, right? ADS, and if you don't know what ADS means, it means aim down sights. But make sure you ADS before turning a corner. If you're sprinting around blind, basically you're just feeding the enemy kills. So make sure you pay attention. Now, this doesn't mean you can't be fast about it, right? You have to train your eyes to be able to see the enemy quickly while you look around. But the point is, don't just run blindly into fire around corners. Take all of that excitement and all of that energy that you have into running around and put it into having the best settings. So guys, settings really are half the battle. If you have the right settings for your gameplay, you've already won. First off, make sure that you turn off motion blur. All it does is make the game look cool while it makes you worse, okay? Just turn it off. Make sure that you bump up your field of view to 100+ so you can see all around you. Now, as far as sensitivity goes, you can just tweak it as you go. You can raise it slightly if you feel sluggish. Now, tip number 3 is definitely a pro tip. Most maps are absolute chaos in the middle. Stay on the outside as much as possible. The reason why is because it's easier to get behind enemies and control the game. That's literally how you control the game, is if you're behind someone, bam, pop off, you know? Think of the edge like a lane with fewer threats. Surprisingly, less chaos equals more kills. You see how I'm just hanging out here, just popping off? Like, nobody can see me in this spot. And of course, this is a well-known spot on this map. But you can definitely see how I am just taking control of the point just by hanging out in the spot. It is the edge of the point. Make sure that you do this. It'll help you win. Tip number 4 is definitely underrated. You are going to die in the game. A lot. Don't take it personal. Everybody starts out bad. I have been playing Call of Duty since the Black Ops 4 days, okay? I was bad too. Everybody starts out bad. You have to remember that. You just have to respond in a way that makes you better. In other words, you just have to try harder and get good. But my point is, everyone starts out bad. What matters is what you do next. Instead of rage quitting or just walking away from the game, ask yourself, was I too aggressive? Was I too loud? Did I run the incorrect route on this map for success? I mean, there's all kinds of things that you can analyze about your own gameplay. If you're not a creator, right, and you don't already do this, my recommendation would be to actually record your own gameplay. So you can kind of go back and see, hey, what do I need to do different here? You'd be surprised at how well that works. Now, when you're first starting out, don't even worry about the meta weapons, okay? Everybody wants to get on Call of Duty, and what's the meta? What's the meta? If you are a beginner, stop worrying about the meta. It does not matter right now, okay? It does not matter. So what you need to do is grab something that's easy to control, okay? The M4, the Lockman 5.56, that's just 2 examples. Find a comfort weapon, something that you like to just run around with, run and gun is what I like to call it, right? Now, my comfort weapon is the Jackal PDW, but the Jackal PDW, you know, nerfs and buffs and nerfs and buffs, and you can just, like, pick whatever you want, even if that is the case, because it's just going to make you better in the long run. is going to make you more comfortable with what you're using, and then you can transfer that skill that you've learned from that gun over to the next class and just keep doing that over and over again, and you will be unstoppable. The best class setups for beginners are ones that are built for recoil control and visibility. Okay, now I'm not going to recommend a specific class right now. I want you to find your rhythm. I will, however, give you my Jackal PDW loadout, and you can find that baby right here. Look guys, TDM or Team Deathmatch is fine and all, but modes like Hardpoint, Domination, Control, even Free-for-all, those are the multiplayer modes that are going to help you get good, okay? TDM is basically, think of it like a warm-up with bots, okay? And I'm not saying that every person that plays TDM is a bot, okay? But what I am saying is, when you load into TDM, do not just play Team Deathmatch over and over and over again. You're going to get burnt out, and then you're not even going to have fun anymore, and you're like, what's the point, right? So do that maybe. I suggest, when I'm live streaming, this is what I like to do. I like to play 2 to 3 matches of Team Deathmatch. That way, you know, my fingers are warmed up, I'm used to everything in the game, and then, hey, let's go kick some butt. You'll learn where enemies come from, you'll learn how spawns flip, right? And you'll learn how to control all of that. TDM is just kind of crazy, you know, you spawn here, you spawn there. I mean, you can still flip spawns, but it's just, you don't learn the same map control that you learn in the other modes. Whenever it's just, run around and just get as many bots as you can, you know? If you want to get good at things like ranked play, a good place to start would be Hardpoint Domination Control playlist. Just customize one that you like, right? Maybe add one more mode in there for fun, like free-for-all or something. What this will do for you is this will teach you how to control the aspects of the map and how to control basically where you're positioned as opposed to the enemy, different angles that are going to be really good for whatever class you're using, so on and so forth. You can just basically get the feel of the play when you do this. Now watch how I just run into this point and take total control right off the bat. This is an open point. In other words, there is a view around all 360 degrees of this point. So it's really hard to hold points like this, but my suggestion would be to constantly move. Now don't run around like a chicken with your head cut off. All that's going to do is make you more visible to the enemy. But if you run in and you know what you're doing and you know pick them off right off the bat and you take control, you will win a lot of games. Look, Call of Duty is very fast-paced, so you gotta train yourself to be able to see stuff. A good way to do this is not to skip your kill cam. Don't get mad and just skip, right? Don't do that. Watch what happened. How did they get you? That's the question. Where did they get you from? What were they using? Were they using a sniper? What angle were they using? Did they use a frag, like out of the blue? Like, what happened, right? When you finally realize that analyzing your gameplay is the best way to get better, you will have W's endlessly. Look, here's the bottom line. You're not bad. You're just new. Stick with it. Practice smart, and you'll see results fast. If this video helped you, drop a like and subscribe to the channel. You're not going to want to miss what's next. Also, let me know in the comments, which tip helped you the most? How are you still struggling with COD? Let me know. I would love to hear your feedback. Take care, Royal Realm, and I'll see you in the next one.